Jason Cole had always known his uncle was a bit of an oddball. Uncle Elliot had a penchant for the bizarre and mysterious, often sharing wild tales of his travels across the stars, a hobby Jason attributed more to Elliot's vivid imagination and love for science fiction than any reality. So, when Jason received a lawyer's letter claiming he had inherited a property from Uncle Elliot, he expected it to be an old house filled with odd trinkets on the outskirts of some forgotten town on Earth. But the inheritance wasn't on Earth. The letter, embossed with a Starfield hologram that shimmered with an almost magical quality, specified the property was located on the planet Xerxes, a known hub in the Galactic Union. More intriguingly, the property was described as a galactic spa. What on earth is a galactic spa? Jason mumbled to himself as he packed his bags. The journey to Xerxes was uneventful, yet Jason couldn't shake the feeling of stepping into one of his uncle's stories. The spaceship, operated by AI pilots, traversed through star-lit expanses at speeds that made his heart race. Upon arrival, he was greeted by a sleek hover car that whisked him away to his new property. The spa was nothing like he imagined. Nestled between towering crystalline structures, its exterior walls emitted a soft, pulsating light. The entrance was guarded by a creature that resembled a 7-foot-tall cat, with fur shifting in hues of blue and purple. The creature bowed gracefully as Jason approached. "Welcome to the Elysium Spa, Master Cole. I am Maress, your concierge," the creature purred in a voice that was surprisingly soft. Jason could only nod, his eyes wide as he took in the sights. Inside, the spa was a blend of luxury and alien technology. Corridors curved in ways that defied earthly architecture, and rooms shimmered with a gentle light that seemed to emanate from nowhere. The air was infused with a scent that was both calming and invigorating. Maress led Jason through various themed rooms, each designed to cater to different species from across the galaxy. There was the silica sand bath for silicon-based life forms, the nebula mist room for gas entities, and even a quantum cooling chamber for beings existing in higher dimensions. And here, Maress paused in front of a large door adorned with glowing symbols, is your office. The office was a cozy room with a view of the planet's bustling capital. A desk equipped with a universal translator and a holographic display floated in the center. Your uncle was highly respected, Master Cole. He created a sanctuary not just for relaxation, but for intergalactic diplomacy and peace, Maress explained. As the day progressed, Jason met some of the staff and clients, entities with shapes and sizes so varied, his mind struggled to comprehend. They were models from across the universe, their beauty defined in ways no human fashion magazine could capture. Some had translucent skin that revealed the cosmos swirling within them, others sported wings made of light, and a few were adorned with precious stones that seemed to be alive. You have inherited more than a business, sir. This is a pivotal crossroad for many cultures. Your decisions here can influence peace across systems, Maress said earnestly. Overwhelmed but intrigued, Jason spent his first day exploring the complexities of his new role. The spa wasn't just about beauty and relaxation. It was a beacon of unity in the vast expanse of space. Each room, each service offered, was a testament to his uncle's vision of harmony and understanding among the stars. As night fell on Xerxes, Jason stood by his office window, gazing at the twinkling lights of the city below and the starry sky beyond. The weight of his responsibility felt as heavy as the celestial wonders above, but there was also an undeniable thrill, a sense of adventure and possibility that filled him with determination. This is just the beginning, he whispered to himself, ready to embrace the legacy his uncle had left behind. As dawn broke over the horizon of Xerxes, Jason Cole found himself walking the luminescent halls of the Elysium Spa, still grappling with the scale of his new domain. His sleep had been fitful, his dreams filled with strange alien symphonies and visions of interstellar maps. The day's agenda was crammed with appointments, staff meetings, and most daunting of all, his first interaction with the Galactic Council representatives who frequented the spa for diplomatic relaxation. Maress, appearing by his side as if summoned by his thoughts, handed him a digital slate buzzing with notifications. Your schedule, sir. Also a reminder. The delegation from the Arcturian system will be arriving within the hour. They are keen to discuss renewal of their peace treaties while enjoying the gravitational wave pool. Gravitational wave pool? Jason echoed, trying to mask his bewilderment with a nod. Yes, it simulates the ripples in space-time caused by massive astronomical events. Quite soothing for entities sensitive to space-time fluctuations, Maress explained as they approached the pool in question. The pool itself was an oval basin rimmed with pulsing lights that mimicked the flow of cosmic currents. Jason watched, fascinated, as holographic waves rippled across the surface, each wave engineered to replicate the gravitational effects of colliding neutron stars. Remarkable, Jason admitted, feeling his earlier apprehension give way to curiosity. And these treaties, they're negotiated here? Indeed, the neutral setting allows for more relaxed discussions. Many significant galactic accords have been drafted in these waters, Maress replied. The morning progressed with Jason diving deeper into the operational aspects of the spa. He was introduced to the biochemical lab where exotic potions and lotions were crafted, each tailored to the unique physiology of the spa's diverse clientele. The lab was run by a humanoid entity named Zakar, whose skin shimmered with a metallic sheen, and who communicated through delicate changes in color. Each formula is a symphony of molecular harmony, Zakar declared, presenting a vial that glowed with inner light. This one promotes cellular regeneration for carbon-based bipeds. I hear you're one of them, Jason chuckled. That's right, and I could probably use a dose after today. His next stop was the meditation chambers, designed for telepathic species. As he entered, the air hummed with a silent melody, perceivable only through mental frequencies. The attendant, a serene being with eyes like black holes, guided Jason's thoughts towards an astral projection of peace. Many who come here seek not just physical relaxation, but mental clarity, the attendant whispered telepathically, her voice a soothing balm in his mind. The day culminated with the arrival of the Arcturian delegation. The beings were tall and slender, covered in scales that glittered like stars against their nebulous skin. Their leader, a dignified figure named Counselor Varese, extended a limb in greeting. We hope to find common ground in the tranquility of your establishment, Varese conveyed through a translator device. As they discussed the intricacies of their treaty, submerged in the gentle undulations of the gravitational wave pool, Jason felt a newfound respect for the spa's role in the broader universe. It was not just a place of healing and beauty, but a vessel for peace, a floating haven where words flowed more freely and agreements reached new depths of trust and cooperation. The evening found Jason back in his office, reviewing the day's events. The challenges were immense, the learning curve steep, but the potential to make a difference was exhilarating. As he gazed out at the twinkling cityscape of Xerxes, he knew his uncle had not just left him a business, but a legacy of cosmic proportions. In the dim light of the early Xerxesian morning, Jason Cole stood in the center of the spa's main atrium, a vast space where the walls themselves seemed to breathe, shifting colors softly, synchronizing with the mood of its occupants. Today, they radiated a gentle blue, mirroring the serene beginning of another cycle. However, Jason's mind was far from calm. The previous days had brought insights and challenges, but nothing could prepare him for the responsibility of hosting a conference between two rival species, the Sirens of Leuten and the Dwarfs of Hadar, both ancient races with complex histories and grievances. Maress appeared beside him as always, reading his tension in the subtle stiffness of his stance. The Sirens and Dwarfs have been rivals for millennia, sir. Today's mediation will require all the finesse and tact you can muster. I understand, Jason replied, his gaze fixed on the holographic agenda floating before him. Has there been any progress on their demands? Some, Maress purred, though both sides cling tightly to their heritage and fears. The Sirens demand access to the stellar forges of Hadar, which the Dwarfs view as sacred. And the compromise? We propose a joint cultural stewardship. Each side contributes equally to the preservation and operation of the forges. It's a delicate balance, but feasible. Jason nodded, absorbing the complexity of the situation. He made his way to the conference hall, a room specially designed for diplomatic engagements. The hall's atmosphere was tuned to emit pheromones conducive to peace and empathy. a subtle aid in the difficult negotiations ahead. As the delegates arrived, the differences between the two species were starkly evident. The sirens floated in, their forms ethereal and shimmering, surrounded by a halo of bioluminescent light. In contrast, the dwarfs of Hadar were grounded, their rugged, stone-like skin etched with the history of their people, every line a story of survival and endurance. Jason, with the aid of the spa's advanced translation systems, began the session with a reminder of common goals. Today, we gather not to highlight our differences but to find a path to mutual prosperity and peace. Let's remember, the history of one is the history of all in our interconnected galaxy. The negotiations were tense, with periods of silence thick enough to feel. Jason navigated these diplomatic waters with an intuition he hadn't known he possessed, guiding the conversation toward shared histories and common futures. When tempers flared, he suggested breaks in the spa's most soothing environments. By the session's end, as the two delegations floated in the zero-gravity tea room, a space designed to simulate the peace of boundless space, a tentative agreement had been reached. The sirens would have access to the forges under the watchful eye of the dwarfs, who, in turn, would receive cultural artifacts and musical insights from the sirens, enriching both their peoples. Exhausted but satisfied, Jason retreated to the privacy of his office, reflecting on the day's successes and the roles he had played. The spa, he realized, was more than a sanctuary. It was a stage for the drama of diplomacy, a place where he could help weave the fabric of peace across the galaxy. As the Xerxesian sun set, casting long shadows across his desk, Jason's thoughts drifted to his Uncle Elliot. "You knew what you were doing," he murmured, a smile tugging at the corner of his lips. The spa was not merely a gift or an inheritance, but a calling, one that he was now ready to embrace fully. Jason awoke to the subtle hum of the spa's morning preparations. His day began with a scheduled inspection of the quantum healing chambers, an advanced suite designed for species with non-linear time perceptions. The chambers harnessed quantum entanglement to realign temporal dissonances, an intricate process overseen by Dr. Rylith, an entity whose appearance shifted between humanoid and energy form. "Good morning, Dr. Rylith," Jason greeted as he entered the pristine, softly glowing chambers. "Morning is a relative concept, Mr. Cole," Rylith responded, their voice a harmonious blend of frequencies. "But it is a pleasure to see you." Jason marveled at the technology and the diverse patients who occupied the chambers. Some flickered in and out of different time phases, while others lay still, absorbing the therapeutic energy waves. "Their conditions?" Jason inquired. "Varied," Rylith explained. "Temporal fractures, chronomigraines, and a few cases of time loop syndrome. The healing process here requires an understanding of their unique temporal biologies." Jason nodded, fascinated. "How can I assist?" "Continue to ensure we have the resources to maintain and improve our equipment. These beings place immense trust in us, and our success is pivotal to their well-being." Leaving the chambers, Jason found himself in the recreational wing, where staff and clients mingled in more casual settings. The atmosphere was vibrant with a mix of conversations, laughter, and the occasional burst of alien music. His attention was drawn to a group of vibrant, feathered creatures known as the Quinthari, who were engaged in an animated discussion about a dance performance scheduled for the evening. Jason approached their leader, Plume Mist, whose feathers shimmered with each movement. "Good to see you, Plume Mist. How are preparations for the performance going?" "Excellently, Mr. Cole," Plume Mist trilled. "We are honored to share our culture. Dance is not just art to us, it is a form of storytelling, of history." "I look forward to it," Jason replied warmly. As he moved towards the central atrium, Jason's communicator buzzed with an urgent message from the spa's security chief, a towering six-armed Thraxian named Kavorn. "Mr. Cole, we have a situation in the Energy Rejuvenation Center. An unknown entity has bypassed our security protocols." Jason's pulse quickened. "I'm on my way." The Energy Rejuvenation Center was a critical facility where beings replenished their life forces through harnessed cosmic energy. When Jason arrived, he found Kavorn and his team surrounding a being that flickered with intense, fluctuating energy. "It's destabilizing," Kavorn reported. We need to act quickly before it harms itself or others. Jason approached cautiously, his mind racing through potential solutions. Can we communicate with it? We've tried standard and telepathic methods, Kavorn replied. Nothing yet. Jason closed his eyes, recalling a technique his uncle had mentioned for dealing with energy beings. He focused his thoughts and sent out a wave of calm, projecting peace and stability. The being's fluctuations slowed, and a soft, resonant voice filled the room. I am Solara from the Photonic Nebula. I was seeking refuge and lost control. We can help you, Solara, Jason said gently. But we need to stabilize your energy first. Will you trust us? Solara pulsed gently in response. Guided by Dr. Ryloth and the spa's energy healers, they carefully realigned Solara's energy frequencies, bringing her back to a stable state. Once she was stable, Solara's form coalesced into a luminous humanoid shape, radiant and serene. Thank you, Jason Cole, she said, her voice now a soothing melody. Your sanctuary is truly a place of refuge. You're welcome here, Solara, Jason replied, relief washing over him. Take the time you need to recover. As Solara was escorted to a rest area, Jason couldn't help but feel a deep sense of fulfillment. Every challenge, every crisis affirmed his role and the spa's purpose. In the heart of the galaxy, Elysium Spa was more than a business. It was a beacon of hope, healing, and unity. Jason Cole found himself in the spa's botanical garden, a vast indoor ecosystem teeming with flora from across the galaxy. The air was filled with a symphony of fragrances, each plant contributing its unique scent to the atmosphere. This garden wasn't just for aesthetics, it was an essential component of the spa's holistic approach, offering healing through natural aromas and environments. Walking along a path lined with luminescent ferns, Jason encountered Nari, the head botanist, a humanoid with delicate tendrils instead of hair and skin that shimmered like leaves in sunlight. Good to see you, Nari, Jason greeted, taking in the vibrant surroundings. Jason, welcome, Nari responded, her voice like the rustle of leaves. We've just received a rare shipment from the Vortex Nebula, exotic plants with unparalleled medicinal properties. Jason leaned in to inspect the new arrivals. Incredible! How soon can we integrate these into our therapies? With proper acclimatization, we can begin trials within a week. Their bioluminescence alone suggests potent restorative capabilities, Nari explained, gently touching one of the plants, which glowed softly in response. Their discussion was interrupted by a chime from Jason's communicator, a message from the spa's AI system, Asteria, displayed on the screen. Jason, urgent. A delegation from the Trisolar Alliance has arrived unexpectedly. They request an audience immediately. Jason frowned. The Trisolar Alliance was a powerful triplanetary union known for its strategic importance in the galactic political landscape. Their sudden visit could mean significant developments. I have to go, Nari. Keep me updated on the new plants, Jason said, turning towards the exit. The Trisolar delegation awaited him in the Celestial Lounge, a luxurious room designed to cater to high-profile guests. 3 representatives stood in the center, their forms distinctive and regal. Each member of the Trisolar Alliance was from a different planet, reflecting their diverse backgrounds. Ambassador Tharok, with his shimmering scales and multifaceted eyes. Envoy Celine, with her fluid, water-like body, and Diplomat Zaros, whose crystalline structure refracted light into a spectrum of colors. Welcome to Elysium Spa, Jason began, extending a hand in greeting. How can we assist you today? Ambassador Tharok's voice resonated with a deep melodic tone. Mr. Cole, we are here on a matter of utmost importance. Our alliance faces a crisis, and we seek your facility's unique environment to conduct our emergency summit. Jason's curiosity piqued. What sort of crisis? Political tensions between our worlds have reached a boiling point, Envoy Celine explained, her voice flowing like a gentle stream. We believe that the neutral and serene setting of your spa could provide the ideal conditions for mediation. Diplomat Zaros added, Our leaders will arrive within the day. We require full confidentiality and security to ensure the success of our discussions. Jason nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. You'll have our full support. We can offer the Stellar Convergence Room for your summit. It's equipped with advanced privacy measures and comfort amenities. As preparations began, Jason coordinated with Kavorn to enhance security protocols. Every detail was scrutinized to guarantee the safety and privacy of the delegates. The spa's staff, from the culinary team to the meditation guides, were briefed on their roles in ensuring a smooth and discreet experience for the high-stakes summit. The stellar convergence room, typically used for large-scale events, was transformed into a diplomatic haven. The walls displayed serene cosmic vistas, and the air was infused with calming scents designed to ease tensions. As the leaders of the Tri-Solar Alliance arrived, each was greeted with a tailored welcome, reflecting their unique cultural backgrounds. Over the next several hours, Jason oversaw the summit from a discreet distance, ready to intervene if necessary. The negotiations were intense, with moments of heated debate followed by deep contemplation. The spa's tranquil environment worked its magic, gradually easing the friction between the leaders. By the end of the day, a tentative agreement had been reached. The leaders emerged from the room, visibly relieved and hopeful. Ambassador Tharok approached Jason with a grateful expression. "Mr. Cole, your facility has provided not just a neutral ground but a sanctuary where we could find commonality and understanding. You have our deepest thanks." "It's been our honor to assist," Jason replied sincerely. "May your alliance continue to prosper in peace." As the delegates departed, Jason felt a profound sense of accomplishment. The Elysium Spa had once again proven to be a critical nexus for harmony in the galaxy. The challenges were relentless, but the rewards were immeasurable, solidifying the spa's reputation as a beacon of peace and unity among the stars. Jason Cole found himself standing at the center of Elysium Spa's main atrium once more. But this time the atmosphere was different. The spa had earned a reputation across the galaxy as a sanctuary, not only for relaxation, but for critical diplomatic negotiations. Today, however, the spa faced its most daunting challenge yet, hosting a summit between the Galactic Union and the Rebel Coalition, factions embroiled in a century-long conflict that threatened the very fabric of interstellar peace. The atrium was abuzz with activity. Holographic displays showed various parts of the spa, each section meticulously prepared for the arrival of the dignitaries. Security was tight, with Kavorn and his team on high alert. The stakes had never been higher. Maress appeared beside Jason, her usual calm demeanor showing a hint of tension. "The representatives from both factions have arrived, and they are being escorted to the Harmony Hall." Jason took a deep breath, nodding. "Let's hope the environment we've created here can help them find common ground." Harmony Hall was the most serene location within the spa, designed specifically for high-stakes negotiations. Its walls were adorned with soothing visualizations of interstellar phenomena, and the air was laced with subtle pheromones to promote tranquility. The hall was filled with carefully selected plants from the botanical garden, each chosen for its calming properties. The Galactic Union's representatives, led by High Chancellor Aria Voss, entered first. Voss was a formidable figure, her presence commanding respect. She was followed by her aides, each displaying the dignified poise expected of the Union's elite. Moments later, the Rebel Coalition's delegation arrived, led by General Kale Draven. Draven was known for his fierce determination and unyielding stance against the Union. His arrival was marked by a palpable tension that seemed to electrify the air. Jason greeted both leaders with a respectful nod. "Welcome to Elysium Spa. We are honored to host this historic summit. Our hope is that this neutral ground will provide the peace and clarity needed for your discussions." Chancellor Voss and General Draven exchanged wary glances before nodding in unison. The delegations took their places at the long table, and Jason withdrew to a discreet observation room where he could monitor the proceedings without intruding. The negotiations began with opening statements, each side presenting their grievances and demands. The initial hours were filled with tense exchanges, but gradually the spa's calming influence began to take effect. The ambiance of Harmony Hall, combined with the meticulous preparations, created an atmosphere where dialogue could flourish. As the day wore on, the discussions grew more constructive. Mediators, both human and alien, facilitated the conversations, guiding the delegates towards potential compromises. The presence of the spa's advanced translation systems ensured that communication barriers were minimized. In a particularly tense moment, General Draven's frustration boiled over, and he stood abruptly, his voice echoing through the hall. "We've given too much, sacrificed too much to simply bow down now." Jason, observing from the monitoring room, felt the urgency to intervene. He quickly made his way to Harmony Hall, entering with an air of calm authority. "General Draven, Chancellor Voss, may I suggest a break? We have a special meditation chamber designed to help clear the mind and find focus." The leaders hesitated, but eventually agreed. They were escorted to the meditation chamber, a space filled with ethereal light and soft, resonant sounds. The effect was immediate, as the leaders began to relax and reflect. After the break, they returned to the negotiation table with renewed clarity. Hours turned into a day, and finally, after what felt like an eternity, a tentative agreement was reached. The details would need to be hammered out, but the foundation for peace had been laid. Chancellor Voss stood, extending her hand to General Draven. "This is just the beginning, but it's a step towards a future where our children can know peace." Draven took her hand, a rare smile crossing his stern face. "Agreed. Let's make sure their future is brighter than our past." The room erupted in a chorus of relieved sighs and quiet applause. Jason watched, a sense of profound accomplishment washing over him. The spa had once again fulfilled its purpose, serving as a beacon of hope and unity. As the delegations departed, Jason returned to the atrium, where Maress awaited him. "You did it, Master Cole," she purred softly. "You brought them together." "We did it, Maress. All of us," Jason corrected, looking around at the dedicated staff and the serene beauty of the spa. "This place, it's more than I ever imagined." In that moment, Jason understood the true legacy his uncle had left him. Elysium Spa wasn't just a business. It was a place where the galaxy could come together, where differences were set aside, and where peace could flourish. As he gazed out at the stars, he felt a deep sense of purpose and a future filled with endless possibilities.